1738. Okay, came up in class. What's up, hello? With this radius of convergence. Yeah. We're trying to find the radius of convergence of this series. So step 1, we have a game plan. Step 1, use the ratio test and let it be smaller than 1 and solve that. Step 2, you check the endpoints. Step 3, you write it in interval notation. The interval. So here I go. Y'all are pro at this ratio test, so you know that it looked like that, where I have my an plus 1, bam. And flip it, then algebra happens. And it reduces to that. Now, the absolute value of a product is the product of the absolute values. That's how we separate those guys out. And then I go divide by the highest n, and it happens to be the squared. So I distribute in there and I reduce. And I deduce that it looks like this after I divide by the highest power of n. Why'd we do that? So that we can see where the limit goes. That goes to 0, that goes to 0, and that goes to 0. So what? Slam the door on that. Limit goes to 1. And that's what I got up here. This gives us a couple important pieces of information. It tells us our and our center. The thing that it's less than is our radius of convergence. The thing that x is minus of, that's our center. We solve that absolute value inequality. And we find x is bigger than 1 and smaller than 3. Now we're on to step 2 where we check our endpoints. Let me make some room. Because we're checking endpoints. That was my original series, OG series. Let's first check x equals 3. Brittany wanted that. So I put a 3 in everywhere where x was. I reduced that to the series, that guy. Wait, whoa. Does that converge? Well, we use the comparison test. Looks like the one on the right is bigger. It dominates it. And in dominating fashion, that's a convergent p-series. So by the comparison test, we include the endpoint, x equals 3, because that converged, see? Now we check, x equals 1. We throw that in for x. That reduces our series to an alternating series. And it converges, meaning that we're going to include x is equal to 1. Now upon inclusion, we use square brackets. And our radius was 1. Box and flower.